Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. This is Goddess Imani, and welcome to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. Before we get started, let's take a deep breath to ground our energy. Inhale and exhale. Today we're tuning into a frequency that opens every portal, the self-love frequency. We will learn how self-love directly impacts our alignment, joy, sacred purpose, and manifestations. What is the self-love frequency? The self-love frequency is the energetic resonance of deep acceptance, care, and reverence for our own being. It is the highest frequency that aligns us with everything we desire. The self-love frequency is the most powerful energy in the universe, serving as a bridge between inner healing and outer manifestation. It functions as a rooting frequency and helps us remember, rise, and return. When we embody the frequency of self-love, we heal ourselves and everything around us. As we journey home, we can hear the voice of our Goddess God self saying, "Welcome home." The self-love frequency vibrates in alignment with our soul-rooted power of wholeness. Knowing who we are, knowing we are whole and complete, that nothing is missing, and our value is non-negotiable. Worthiness, knowing that we are more than enough, without needing to prove, defend, earn, or chase. We know we are worthy of all the good simply because we exist. Self-trust, trusting deeply in ourselves, our intuition, and the unfolding of our unique path. Self-acceptance, embracing our light, our shadow, our past, and our journey of becoming without resistance. Self-compassion, being loving and understanding toward ourselves, especially in moments of perceived imperfection. Emotional sovereignty, recognizing that our energy is sacred and choosing thoughts, relationships, and environments that honor our truth. Inner peace, maintaining a regulated nervous system and calm heart space that becomes the foundation for aligned action. Magnetism, attracting people, opportunities, and resources that align and resonate with our values, purpose, and path. Receptivity, having a fully open heart that is willing and worthy to receive love, abundance, joy, and divine guidance. Sacred boundaries, holding sacred space for ourselves by saying yes from alignment and no without guilt. So, what are the spiritual frequency hopping effects of self-love? When you hop into the frequency of self-love, you are the giver and the receiver, and you've won. You stabilize your inner quantum field. Self-love anchors your energy, reducing attachment to external validation. 2. We cleanse inherited disharmony, especially ancestral patterns of unworthiness, self-neglect, self-criticism, or self-abandonment that often keep us locked in looping patterns or lower timelines, places, people, and things that we often tolerate less than what we deserve. Each moment of self-love is like a tuning fork that brings us into harmony. You stop resonating with pain, and start vibrating in harmony with peace, joy, and wholeness. Number 3, you activate intuitive clarity. You hear yourself more clearly when you love and accept yourself. This power lives within you and is always available. Another spiritual frequency hopping effect of the self-love frequency is number 4. You manifest aligned opportunities. Self-love is the frequency that aligns all that is truly meant for you. You magnetize soul-aligned people, places, things, and experiences. It elevates your emotional baseline. When you're radiating self-appreciation, self-compassion, self-trust, self-nurturing, and self-respect, your external reality reorganizes itself to match your inner world. You begin to attract high-vibing people, opportunities, and experiences, those that could only align with the version of you who honors herself. The self-love frequency affects your abundance and manifestations. Self-love opens your receiving channels. Each loving choice is a timeline activation. Every time you show love to yourself, you send a powerful signal to the universe and your energy field that says, I am worthy, whole, and aligned with my highest good. Saying no to something misaligned shifts you off a path of self-betrayal. And saying yes to rest, joy, or sacred purpose leads you on a path where your energy is fully restored, supported, and protected. These acts feel good in the moment, and they activate a frequency shift that vibrates through your entire timeline, aligning you to higher, more elevated experiences. Self-love is a declaration of value. When you speak kindly to yourself, nourish your body, set healthy boundaries, or rest without guilt, you're embodying the vibration of abundance. That vibration resonates with timelines where your desires are met, love is reciprocal, and abundance flows naturally. Your outer world begins to match your internal reality. The self-love frequency clears blocks related to financial abundance and personal success. Outdated beliefs such as, I have to work hard to earn love, money, or wealth dissolve over time. You trust yourself and the universe more deeply when you love yourself completely. And trust is the soil where manifestation grows. I remember the summer of 2023, wife goddess Elisa and I, we were traveling through Guatemala, and we had stopped in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. They have like several villages around the lake. So we stayed in several different villages, and one of the villages we stayed in was San Pedro. As we walked around the village, we kept seeing this sign that said, Jesus es el camino. That means Jesus is the way. Shout out to all the Christians out there. For me, when I read the sign and through my lens of spiritual frequency hopping, what the sign read to me and what I saw was the Camino always provides. The Camino always provides. And this phrase became a part of my self-love frequency activation. So anytime when I am overcoming a challenge, no matter what it is, I say to myself, the Camino always provides. I just say it out loud. The Camino always provides. And wife goddess, she knows what that means, and so she will repeat it. The Camino always provides. So I say that to you today, that if you're in a place of uncertainty, you don't know how you're going to get your bills paid, you're facing deportation, you've already been deported, whatever the case is for you, your family, your situation, maybe you're facing a health challenge or you're experiencing grief of losing a loved one. I send you my love and light today. And I encourage you to embrace that the Camino always provides. Whatever it is that you're in need of, whatever it is that you desire at a heart, soul level, the Camino will provide that to you. Okay? So as you rise in self-love, the world begins to mirror your radiance. So let's talk about the self-love frequency archetypes. If you see yourself in any of these archetypes, remember, we listen and we do not judge. We listen and we do not judge, okay? Because we've all had to overcome something, right? Okay, the self-love frequency archetypes are living reflections of who we have been, who we have hidden, and who we are remembering. Each one holds a mirror to the parts of us that once felt unworthy and a doorway into the radiant truth of our divine worth. These archetypes reveal the emotional signatures we carry and offer us a path to reclaim our power, voice, and sacred value. Each pair reflects a spiritual frequency hopping portal, where healing the wound unlocks a higher vibrational self, rooted in love, power, and divine remembrance. As we honor them, we begin to frequency hop into the version of ourselves that is whole, witnessed, and loved by our goddess, God self. So the first self-love frequency archetype is the gold star chaser. The gold star chaser lives her life like a never-ending school day, measuring her worth in gold stickers, praise, grades, and nods of approval from the authority figures of her world. She doesn't just follow the rules, she masters them, believing that if she does everything right, she'll finally earn the love, safety, or belonging she craves. She is meticulous, high-achieving, and outwardly composed. But underneath the surface, she is quietly starving, yearning for someone to say, "You've done enough. You are enough." She may sparkle in the spotlight, but secretly fears that if the applause stops, she'll vanish into irrelevance. She can struggle with self-trust, often outsourcing decisions to systems, mentors, or people she deems more qualified. Praise becomes her compass, and without it, she can feel lost. The frequency traits of the Gold Star Chaser include high achiever with a fear of failing in public, often delays action unless she's certain it will be perfect, waits for permission, praise, or signs before moving forward, feels emotionally dependent on external feedback, struggles with self-validation, self-trust, and inner freedom, may overwork, overgive, or overplease to earn love or approval. Deep longing for sovereign self-expression. The Gold Star Chaser just wants to be her authentic, her raw, authentic self. And she wants to be accepted for who she really is. Her inner dialogue may sound like, "Was that good enough? I hope they notice me. What will they think? If I don't get it perfect, I'll disappoint everyone. I have to earn it." Spiritually, this archetype runs on the external validation circuit, where her energy system loops through others before returning to herself. It creates energetic lag, spiritual exhaustion, and a distorted mirror. The more she chases external rewards, the more disconnected she becomes from her soul's inner radiance. She may experience burnout from overstriving, chronic indecision, physical tension in the throat, solar plexus, and jaw, difficulty accessing intuitive clarity or soul desires, nightmares of failure, test, or judgment. She may experience difficulty sleeping. The Gold Star Chaser is not broken. She is brilliant, but turned inside out. Her frequency invites us to learn the lesson of sovereignty. Her gift is discernment. Her evolution begins when she rewrites the source of her worth from performance to presence. This is the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. She is being called to hop frequencies, from approval seeking to inner alignment, from applause to attunement, from performing to being. 2 books that I recommend for you. I highly recommend that you check out the book, Honor the Love Within, Your Pathway to Self-Love and Success, and The Sacred Saber, Hidden Secrets of Your Subconscious Mind. Both of those books were written by me, Imani Sankofa, and I will leave a link where you can choose your frequency. The frequency hopping path for the Gold Star Chaser is for her to heart gaze with sovereign declarations. Now, heart gazing, some people refer to this as mirror work. I call it heart gazing. This is where you look into your eyes in the mirror and you look deep within your heart and you say, I crown myself in the truth of my being. My worth is my existence. I crown myself in the truth of my being. My worth is my existence. And then you want to write in your journal. Ask yourself these questions. Where did I learn I had to earn love? Where did I learn I had to earn love? What rule am I willing to break to be free? What rule am I ready to break to be free? You create your own reality. You are the author of your story, and you can write a new chapter whenever you choose to do so. So, I have a frequency validation ritual. This is for those who identify with the frequency of the Gold Star Chaser. So, the first thing you want to do is take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Then light a white candle and say aloud, I release the need for gold stars. I am already divine. I release the need for gold stars. I am already divine. Then in your journal, assess your qualities like self-nurturing, courage, creativity, self-compassion. Those are just a few suggestions. You can put as many or whatever you want. Just rate yourself. How are you doing in those areas? For your frequency expression exercise, create something without showing it to anyone. Let it be messy. Let it be yours. Let it live without applause. There is so much power in this exercise. When you do something on your own that you have full control over, and you're not asking what anyone else think about it, you're not asking for any kind of input, permission, or any of that from any external source, and it's just yours and yours alone, you're going to feel very empowered. Trust me. On the other side of the Gold Star Chaser is the Anointed One. The Anointed One is not chosen by a system, a crowd, or a title. Her own soul chooses her through fire, surrender, and remembrance. She no longer seeks the gold stars of others. She wears a mark of divine assignment on her soul, the invisible crown placed by the great cosmic mother herself. Her clarity is sacred and her voice is whole. Her very existence is a declaration. I came here with purpose, and I honor the unfolding of who I am. I came here with purpose, and I honor the unfolding of who I am. She doesn't speak to seek attention. She does not shout to be heard or beg to be seen. Her alignment reveals her presence even before she speaks. She radiates confidence and purpose, embodying all that is meaningful. Her very existence is a beautiful blessing, lighting up the world around her. Whew, I love the Anointed One, you guys. Her frequency traits: deep self-trust rooted in spiritual clarity. She walks in quiet authority, needing no external permission. She speaks and creates from her soul without over-explaining. She holds sacred boundaries without guilt. She alchemizes rejection into redirection. She tempers her energy, moving in divine time. Her presence activates others by simply existing in her truth. That's a goddess right there. Our next archetype is the Unwitnessed Soul. The Unwitnessed Soul is a sacred archetype of those who move through early life as if cloaked in mist, present but unseen. These are the children whose joy was overlooked, whose pain was unheard, whose essence was never fully reflected back to them. Often sensitive, intuitive, and attuned to subtle realms. They develop the survival strategy of shrinking, softening, or shape-shifting to maintain the illusion of connection, safety, or to exist without disruption. This soul frequency often masks brilliance with humility, power with silence, and truth with a smile. The unwitnessed soul may appear agreeable, adaptable, and even deeply spiritual. Yes, deeply spiritual. But beneath the surface lies a silent sorrow. Does anyone truly see me? The frequency traits of the unwitnessed soul are chronic self-abandonment, over-apologizing or over-explaining, avoidance of attention or visibility, fear of expressing needs or desires, emotionally muted or numb, feeling invisible even in relationships, living life as a background character, not the main character, as a background character. The frequency hopping path for the unwitnessed soul is 1. Acknowledge. Name the experience of being unseen without shame. 2. Witness. Begin daily practices of self-witnessing. This is where you would engage the heart gaze in the mirror, journal, or you can create voice notes and then listen to them. If you do the heart gaze, you can look in the mirror and say, I see you, I hear you, I honor you. I see you, I hear you, I honor you. If you are resonating with the unwitnessed soul, do this exercise, the heart gazing exercise, every day. Just start off by doing it for like 30 days. Do it every day. Every chance you see yourself in the mirror, the reflection, wherever you are. I used to do it like a facade of a building. If I saw my reflection, say to yourself, I see you, I hear you, I honor you. Then number 3, express yourself. Let your voice come forward through breath, sound, and truth. Number 4, reveal who you are. Allow parts of yourself to be seen in sacred spaces. Okay, so this is not an invitation to overshare. I don't know what's going on in our society. I'm seeing a lot of people, they get on live, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. They get online and they tell all their most deepest, darkest secrets. Woo, this is not that kind of invitation, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying let people know who you are when you're in sacred spaces. If you're resonating with this, you got to remember, you got to know when to hold, when to fold, when to walk away, and when to run. Kenny Rogers told us that, right? So no oversharing. Number 5, shine your light. Step forward as the one who now embodies divine visibility. Your signature frequency mantra is, I honor the child within me who longed to be seen, heard, and held. I honor the child within me who longed to be seen, heard, and held. The parts of me that were once hidden are now honored. I am the one I've been waiting for. Oh my goodness. I am the one that I have been waiting for. On the other side of the unwitnessed soul lies the radiant witness, also known as luminescence. The radiant witness is the liberated soul who no longer hides behind silence, shadows, or shame. She once wandered unseen, unheard, and unchosen, but now she shines with an inner light that cannot be dimmed. This does not refer to a pygmesia, okay? This is not who this is. Her presence is a frequency signal that is clearly felt. She knows the power of being seen because she lived the pain of invisibility. She holds space for others without losing her own identity. Her truth is rooted and sure. She walks in wholeness, speaks from a place of sovereignty, and loves with an open heart and eyes. The radiant witness walks in self-validation. She is deeply aware of herself. She moves with inner knowing and grants herself divine permission. Let me read that again. She moves with inner knowing and she grants herself divine permission. Okay. She walks as the one already chosen. Can everybody say already? She is already chosen. She is the one who knows. I am the light. The radiant witness not only sees herself, but also becomes the light that sees and frees others. Whew, she's a goddess too, y'all. The frequency affirmation for the radiant witness is, the parts of me that were once hidden are now honored. I am the radiant witness I have been waiting for. And I stand in my truth and let others feel my presence. The parts of me that were once hidden are now honored. I am the radiant witness I have been waiting for, and I stand in my truth and let others feel my presence. You feel me? Oh my goodness. Whew. Our next self-love frequency archetype is the sacred servant. The sacred servant is often born in environments where love was conditional, where their value was tied to their ability to care for others, perform, or anticipate needs. Early in life, they learned that being helpful, quiet, or agreeable brought them temporary safety, approval, or a sense of belonging. This is the caretaker, you guys, the caretaker/helper. This archetype carries ancestral codes of those who held communities together: midwives, healers, priestesses, mothers, and keepers of peace. But they forgot they were holy too. They are the overgivers. They put everyone else's needs above their own, usually to their detriment. The sacred servant gets caught in a repeating loop, saying yes even when depleted, overgiving in romantic, family, or community spaces, attracting relationships where their worth is measured by service, feeling invisible or taken for granted but still unable to stop giving, mistaking sacrifice for love and martyrdom for spiritual strength. Okay, we listen and we do not judge. Okay, we do not judge, Imani. We do not judge. The frequency hopping path for the sacred servant is to shift from sacrificial servant to sovereign source. To do this, the sacred servant must begin to pause before offering help. Ask yourself, is this a true yes or a fear of being unloved? 2. Practice. Practice radical self-devotion as a sacred ritual. Self-devotion is not selfish, okay? Say no without apology and let others hold their own weight, okay? Say no without an apology and let others hold their own weight. Receive. Receive without guilt, recognizing that receiving is a holy act. Then transmute. Transmute obligation into overflow and service into soul expression. Your frequency activation ritual is anointing the inner altar. So the first thing you want to do before we get started is take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then light a white candle and place a bowl of water in front of you. Whisper aloud all the roles and responsibilities you have carried that were never fully seen or acknowledged. Now, for some of you, I know you could go on probably for hours on this step. Just start with a few, okay? Start with a few. Whisper aloud all the roles and responsibilities you have carried that were never fully seen or acknowledged. Then, dip your fingers in the water and gently anoint your heart. Then say, while you're anointing your heart, say this: I release the belief that I must be empty to be worthy. I release the belief that I must be empty to be worthy. I return to myself. I am full and I share from fullness now. I return to myself. I am full and I share from fullness now. Then sit in silence and imagine golden light pouring back into your body. Take all that in, all that golden light, just take it in. Your frequency affirmation is: I am open and receptive to abundance flowing to and through every area of my life. I am open and receptive to abundance flowing to and through every area of my life. On the other side of the sacred servant is the sovereign flame. The sovereign flame is the sacred servant reborn. She no longer shares from a sense of depletion, obligation, or a hunger to be needed. She has reclaimed her time, her energy, and her voice. Her giving is no longer a plea for belonging. It is a sovereign offering from her soul that overflows. She radiates a frequency that lights others without burning herself out. Her frequency affirmation: I burn with purpose. I radiate with wholeness. I am the sovereign flame and I let my light shine. I burn with purpose. I radiate with wholeness. I am the sovereign flame and I let my light shine. The next frequency archetype is the muted light. The muted light is one who shines but stays dim. They carry divine medicine, ancestral knowledge, and deep heart healing power, but have learned to dim, deflect, or defer their voice to avoid rejection, conflict, or abandonment. They are the ones who hold everyone else's light, but mistrust their own radiance. This archetype was forged in early experiences of being overlooked, shushed, or punished for expressing needs. Over time, they became masters of self-containment, healing others quietly, intuitively, and invisibly. yet their own needs often go unmet. Others sense their brilliance, but they have rarely claimed it aloud. They may fear that speaking up will sever the connection or that desiring too much makes them unlovable. So they settle for the bare minimum, yet carry a deep cosmic light. This is the silent healer, one who won't speak up and ask for what they need or desire out of fear of rejection. Remember, guys, what I said before. We listen and we do not judge. The frequency traits of the muted light include self-erasure in relationships, avoidance of asking for help or naming desires, energetic overgiving without reciprocity, a subtle bitterness masked as peace, suppressing rage, disappointment, or longing, speaking softly to avoid taking up too much space, making themselves emotionally small to feel safe. The frequency wound is, if I speak my truth, I will lose love. Or, if I shine too bright, I will be rejected. The muted light invites you to reclaim your voice as a sacred tool of alignment, to let desires breathe, to believe that light shared does not burn, it blesses. The muted light is called to reclaim the vibrational frequency of divine voice, not to perform or prove, but to become. The frequency hopping path for the muted light is the unmuting flame. So the first thing you want to do is take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Then light a white candle and speak your desires into a bowl of water. We use water, you guys, because water holds energy. We know this spiritually and we know this scientifically. It has been proven. Your words spoken over water will hold that energy within the water. Number 2, name one thing you've never voiced aloud but deeply desire. This could be a person, place, or thing. Name one thing that you've never voiced aloud but you deeply desire. Number 3, whisper first. Whisper whatever that is, whisper first. Then repeat it out aloud, steady and sovereign. And then finally, pour the water at the base of a tree or plant. As the roots receive your desire, affirm your frequency affirmation. My voice is holy. My truth is whole. My truth is no longer hidden. I am safe to shine in the fullness of my light. My voice is holy. My truth is whole. My truth is no longer hidden. I am safe to shine in the fullness of my light. On the other side of the muted light is the soul lighter. Shout out to all my soul lighters out there. The soul lighter ignites remembrance within herself and others. She once dimmed her voice for love. Now she speaks as love. She doesn't raise her voice for attention. Her presence speaks with quiet power. Every word, gesture, and silence is infused with sovereign clarity and truth. This archetype doesn't seek the spotlight. She becomes the light. Where the muted light hid her brilliance for fear of rejection, the soul lighter knows. Her soul's light is a torch. Her truth aligns and her voice is medicine. The soul lighter is a living activation. She walks into a room and dormant dreams awaken. She speaks and something hidden in the listener rearranges. She does not fix. She reminds and holds space. The soul light of frequency affirmation. I am the light my soul has been waiting for. My voice is my offering, carrying the vibration of love. I speak with sacred fire and shine with embodied truth. I am the light my soul has been waiting for. My voice is my offering, carrying the vibration of love. I speak with sacred fire and shine with embodied truth. Each self-love frequency archetype served as a soul-led initiation, an ancestral sacred rite of passage for me. At times, I entered these transitions with an open heart and spirit, and other times I was dragged through, kicking and screaming by my spiritual team. The more I resisted, the more painful the process became. Consequently, these initiations gave rise to, you guessed it, sacred love lessons. That's where it all comes from. Me going through the portals, the gates, the initiations myself, and now I bring to you sacred love lessons. Now that you've learned about the self-love frequency archetypes, let's anchor the self-love frequency into your body. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Place your hand over your heart and speak aloud this frequency affirmation. I am the source of my abundance. My self-love activates my wealth. I am more than enough, and I receive with ease. I am the source of my abundance. My self-love activates my wealth. I am more than enough, and I receive with ease. I'll leave you with this final thought. Every time you love yourself, especially when it's hard, you embody the light of your essence, the wisdom of your soul, and the clarity of your divine path. You open portals of healing and expansion. You shape your reality through presence and intention. You declare and decree, I am enough and I am ready for more. And as a result, the universe responds to your frequency. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. I am the universe. Now what? Wherever you're tuning in the world, don't forget to click that like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. And until we speak again, be the light.